Hey everyone, welcome back to this mysterious and crazy story. Right now, Am is back and ready to tackle that voice he thinks is Xiaomi, and he just smashed the radio. He bangs on the ground, eager until the stroke, shouting Xiaomi's name, seeking a supernatural reply. Eventually, he hears a faint voice in the corner. Am and little E, who just returned from the Fingerprint Bandit, start bashing the ground like their favorite rock band, totally clueless about those creepy hairs creeping towards Xiaomi. In the end, those hairs dared to sneak into Xiaomi's ear, but when Am and the gang smashed open the ground to peek inside, poof. The spooky strands vanished into thin. Am has no room for such trivialities. Despite being sick with a cold, he clutches Xiaomi's arm tightly, dragging her out of the Tigrov and Tilda AML state as if he were a firefighter, and they all hastily rushed towards the car, as if they were in a hurry to join a mad dash for a drive-through. Just then, Little Fish wakes up from her nap like a startled cat, and weakly asks Am if his glove is still alive. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Am thinks to himself. Am has no intention of dwelling further on the glove, resolutely tossing the crazy doll into the midst of chaos, while the chef remains utterly unaware of the reason behind it, and this hasty decision could potentially lead to them paying a heavy price with their lives. After heading home, Xiaomi is out cold. Sure, the checkup says it's just a little scratch, but she's playing hard to wake up. The chef gets back to the hotel and starts watching last night's footage. Seeing Xiaomi's ordeal made her burst out laughing, obviously pleased with the video's performance. The chef immediately calls up the supernatural show, saying they better pay up this time, or she'll sell the juicy gossip to other shows at a premium. Little E in the next room is having a nightmare, scared to death and soaked through, only to find her long-gone brother standing right in front of her. With blood on his face and dark eyes, he grips Little E's neck. It's just a dream, but when she wakes up, there are obvious fingerprints on her neck. The next day, the chef pays a visit to the hospital to check on Xiaomi, noticing that her hasn't slept in 2 days, starting to push him to take a break. But as soon as leaves, he climbs onto the bed, gazing at the unconscious girl with love, murmuring his feelings. In the midst of his melodrama, he leans in for a kiss only for Xiaomi to wake up at that very moment. Startled, the chef jumps back, but seeing that Xiaomi didn't resist gives him the courage to act bolder. But just then, the afternoon rolls in and the chef realizes he's MIA. The other three return to the hospital. Xiaomi looks much better, wants to be discharged, ready for a get-together. It's like nothing happened a few days ago. But when she gets home, Little E gets a call from Xiaomi asking her to come to her room to chat. At the door, she sees Em walk out, looking dazed like he just came from some bizarre mission. No matter how Little E calls, he ignores her. Bewildered, she walks into Xiaomi's room and sees her staring at the curtains. It seems like there's something invisible in front of her. Little E cautiously approaches, only for Xiaomi to slowly lift her head, revealing a pair of all-white eyes. Meanwhile, Am is driving and apologizing like he's lost his mind, speeding up more and more. Suddenly, the scene flips back to Xiaomi, where her voice does a complete 180 and turns into that of a child. As the scene transitions, Little E's brother suddenly appears in the frame. Little E looks super guilty, constantly apologizing to her brother. But it seems her brother doesn't want to forgive her at all. Meanwhile, Little E discovers the video the chef recorded, seeing the doll break apart. Xiaomi slowly opens her mouth, and an ominous feeling washes over everyone. She rushes into Xiaomi's room, just in time to see Little E trying to hang herself under Xiaomi's control, while Xiaomi goes completely unconscious. When Little E wakes up, she tells Xiaomi, while frightened out of her wits, that Xiaomi is possessed by a ghost. Little E adds that the ghost inside Xiaomi is intentionally causing trouble. Just then, she gets a call and the two rush off to the swimming pool. They find the chef splashing in the pool, and before they can react, they get a call about being in a car accident. Talk about a disaster. The three are completely panicking, and Xiaomi realizes she accidentally hurt Amanda-chan, feeling like a headless chicken. Little Fish comforts her, blaming the ghost inside her. Xiaomi immediately tells them to stay away, insisting she'll hurt them. But Little Fish argues that her mom and grandma are witches who told her once you're possessed by this thing, there's no escaping it. Regret won't help either. The only solution is to return to the old house and perform a ritual to seal the ghost back inside Xiaomi. This is the only way to save the sisters. They rush to the old house overnight. On arrival, Little Fish tells Xiaomi and Little E to enter first. She calls her mom, clearly aware that her daughter is in danger, praying for her all night. Little Fish learns that she inherited her mother's ability, always able to see things that others can't. This often made her classmates tease her, which is why she turned rebellious. Maybe scared of tonight, she wanted to talk to her mom. But her mom says that last night, Grandma already told her in the dream what was going on and hopes Little Fish comes home safe. In the next instant, the old lady is actually Little Fish Grandma. The witch who died at the old house quickly completed the ritual, warning Little E not to open the door, no matter what. Perhaps aware of how unpredictable this ending is, Little E finally opens up to Little Fish about why she joined the club. She joined because she really likes Little Fish. Little Fish starts chanting the spell, and the whole room begins to shake like it's in an earthquake, spinning through the chaos. Grandma appears next to Little Fish, and the monitor reads 0.0 megahertz. Grandma finally possesses Little Fish and begins the search for the ghost inside Xiaomi. Producer Chen Xiaobai, amidst his sadness, he whistled a few times. Xiaomi doesn't want to wake up, and Grandma skips the chatter, telling the ghost, "Stop pretending. Don't blame me for being rude if you don't get up."